All right, welcome back to the next episode of Wide Open the Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Gonzalez, and today...
The next episode?
Next episode.
Da-da-da-da-da. It's the one and only Double G, Snoop Dogg.
That is the intro. Perfect.
Yeah,
we'll leave
that's
it at
the
that.
next episode. That's how you do it.
You know, you're so such an icon now. You just talk. In the first word, people will know that voice, that smooth, relaxed, that voice that I grew up on.
That's right.
And I've known Snoop. Known you for a while now, and obviously I've known your music. I grew up on it. It's I've been to your concert. You always say it's the ABCs, especially of Southern California. I actually lived in Long Beach as a little kid, my first 3 years, and then moved to Norwalk, Cerritos, and settled in Huntington Beach, and I lived pretty much. I should have went to Long Beach Poly. I don't know if you ever know that. I was supposed to go to Long Beach Wilson.
We'd love to have you on our alumni.
But yeah. So, anyways, known you for a while, and I just want to tell you thank you from the start. This is a great opportunity for me and then our listeners out there to learn how to get better, level up, and maybe learn some of that magic from you. So, having said that, let's start out. I always ask my guests just a little brief background about your upbringing, growing up in Long Beach. What was that like?
Growing up in Long Beach for me, it was fun. Single parent, my mother. She involved us in church. She let us play sports. We were very active in the community. There was a park, Kings Park, that everybody went to. There was a local high school that everybody wanted to go to, Long Beach Poly High School. And we just was scattered all through the community as far as having fun, listening to great music, playing sports, and just trying to be, kids, you know what I'm saying, living that life in the 70s and the 80s and just trying to have fun and do the right thing, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you guys are a close-knit family?
Oh, yeah, very close. Family on the east side of Long Beach, we got like 40, 50 people in our family, cousins, nephews, nieces, uncles, and they all originated from Mississippi. So family migrated from Mississippi to Long Beach, California, and began their own families, and then cousins came, and then before you knew it, the LBC was, home of the dog.
What about mentorship? Like, who was that person when you were a kid guiding you, I guess? Or was it, where did you gain that mentorship from?
Oh, wow. Early on, I would have to say first mentor was one of my football coaches, Coach Herschel Neely. He was a great guy. He picked me up one day. He could have kidnapped me and did all kinds of stuff. I got in the car with him and everything. I don't even know what kind of kid I was. I was just crazy for getting in the car with him, and he drove me to my mom's house. Me and my cousin Daz was walking down the street, and I had played football the prior year, but it was my first year, and I really wasn't that good. But he had seen me with my jersey on. He was like, "Man, where y'all going?" I'm like, "To my mama's house." He's like, "Let me give you a ride to your mama's house because I want you to come play for me." And we got in the car with him, and he drove us to Dad's mama's house, and he went upstairs and asked my mom, could I play for him? And my mama was like, "I ain't got no damn money for him to be playing, for Snoopy to be playing no football." He was like, "I'll pay for it, man. I'll pick him up every day." She's like, "All right, if you're going to pick him up, he can play." And he used to come from the west side to the east side and pick me up every day, 5 days a week for practice. He took me, showed me how to play quarterback, worked out with me in the preseason. But one thing I loved about him was he put the Bible on us. He was teaching us about doing the right things. Introducing the Bible. He would make us pray. He would say certain scriptures, and he wouldn't cuss, and he would do things differently than other coaches. A lot of coaches would cuss and scream. He would teach and mentor. And I became his quarterback, and he took me from the east side to the west side, and I became a different player. I became smart. I became sharp. I became a leader because I was only 9 years old on a team with 10-year-olds, but he put me in to start at quarterback, and I had to lead. And from that moment on, I learned how to lead. He used to make me lead the prayer, lead the team with the chants. And I see as a man, that's who I am now. And when I became a coach, that's who I was. I led with prayer. I led with being a leader, finding the leaders and saying, "You lead the team. You lead the team." Like delegating, being able to delegate power to a kid, to give the kid the power to become who you are and who you want him to be.
So when you're a kid like that, though, did you think about your future at that point in your life? Were you thinking, and just probably before even rapping started, right? Did you have dreams of being an athlete? Or
I think that was like the number one dream was to be an athlete coming from Long Beach because there was so many successful athletes that made it that was a natural, I want to be. I think I can be, if I prepare, if I practice, I could be the next one. So that was like my all-time goal or dreams at that time was to be an athlete, but I didn't dream of being nothing but an athlete, not an entertainer, not a singer, not a rapper, just focused on football and basketball and all the little kid games that we played around that time, but football mainly the most because there was so many people that were making it from my high school that I hadn't went to that I was going to go to, that I felt like I was lined up to be successful.
I always think that's real important when you see people doing what you want to do that have come from the same area that you have, and you have somebody who's telling you that you can do it.
Right.
Like that, that's like fire.
That's key.
That's what's your thoughts on that?
I think you could touch it. When you got somebody that made it from your community and they still there, and what I mean by still there, I mean by you could see them and you could see their struggle and you know where they come from and you're like, damn, I could be that. I want to be just like that. That makes the dream touchable. Everybody dreams, but some of our dreams are untouchable to where they just a dream. This is a dream that's touchable because you see, man, that's Willie McGinnis. He went to Long Beach Poly. I used to see him. Man, I could make it too. Hey, man, that's Snoop Dogg. He went to Long Beach Poly. Hey, man, that's... And it becomes, man, I want to be the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's inspiring like that. It used to be a time where we would see drug dealers and gang members and be like, man, he got all the money and all the jewelry. I want to be like him. Then 3 years later, he dead or in jail. I don't want to be like him. I want to be like Snoop Dogg or like Willie McGinnis. So it's like to give an option to the same community, same values, but doing it the right way and living out your dream and coming back and showing that you can do it the right way.
Mm-hmm. So growing up where you're at, obviously you've seen both sides of that though. Just like you said, you've seen drug dealers, you've seen gangsters, you see that, okay, maybe that's not the way that you want to go. Why do you think you made the decisions that you made? Facing all those struggles that can happen in your neighborhood.
I think me, with my decision-making, a lot of it goes into the parenting. My mother, she was a single parent. She raised me hard. She was tough. My mother was real tough on us. And I appreciate her for that because it helped me have conscience. It helped me have fear. Some of my homies that they mamas and daddies didn't raise them right, they didn't have no conscience and no fear. So when we would be out and some action would be popping and maybe a fight would jump out. Basic fight. Fight is over with. I'm trying to get home because I'm going to get in trouble. The homies that ain't got to get home, they want to take the fight to the next level. We ain't done. Well, what you mean we ain't done? The fight over? No, it ain't. We want to go do some more. I got to get home. We ain't got to go home. 2 days later. What cuz that? They locked him up. My mama. See, I told you about hanging with them. You get what I'm saying? Like it all comes full circle.
Yeah, yeah. And that's, I look at my life too. Like that's probably it. My mother was the same thing. Single parent for a while where, I mean, you can't do it anymore, but my mom, she whooped us. Like,
I got beat.
We got beat.
Can we say that?
Are we allowed to say that now?
My mom used to step on my back, Tony.
Yeah, I was afraid of my mother. Afraid of my little mother.
Look, man, my mom, man, I tell you, I was scared of my mom until I got money. Because I could give her a few dollars to not be mad at me. But as a kid, it was one time where I was playing basketball for my junior high school team, and everybody was getting the sweatshirts with their name on it. So I was gonna get me one, but I ain't had no money. And I was scared to ask my mama for some money. So I went in her purse, got a check, and just signed it. And put the amount that I needed and gave it to the coach. And got my little yellow sweatshirt with Snoop Rock on it. Out there balling. 2 weeks later, I'm balling. Mama show up at school. They like, your mama here? I'm like, huh? They're like, yeah, she here and she mad. So I'm like, I'm going to run to the car before she run to the school. Because I see her getting out the car, so I run to the car. She like, I'm beating your ass. I'm like, what'd I do? Show me the check balance, because I didn't know that they send you the... I'm just so dumb. She said, you did a good job of signing it. Now I'm finna sign your ass. Man, when I got home, she laid me on my stomach, put her foot on my back, made me take my clothes off, and beat the dog shit out of me. I was like, Mama, I'm gonna die. Well, you should die now, because I ain't done with you. Like, talking to me beat me.
Oh, man.
And it was crucial, but it made me better. I knew not to steal. Check out her purse again.
Nah, you'll learn.
Well, you're going to learn fast.
You're going to learn, Trey. You as a child, though, and I found this real interesting. Like, and actually I don't. I getting to know you, your IQ level is 147.
What does that mean?
That means, according to this, you are considered, that's considered to be extremely high and that of a gifted genius.
I'm high as a motherfucker. You got that part right, Tony. But 147, well, who the fuck is the IQ man? I want to meet this motherfucker that just goes around and be like, hey, your IQ is 112. Oh, wow, Kevin, 94. 165, you fucking smart, brilliant fucker, you. Who's doing this? I mean, what do? You just touch somebody's brain and see what it is?
I don't know. Did you have it tested? Because I've never had my IQ tested. I don't know if I want to know.
Become an MC, and all these people came amazed with me. No, I never took a test. It was determined based off of, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out right now, but I like it. I like that they making me a genius. I like it.
So you're seeing all the stories around you growing up, all the stuff that's going on in your neighborhood, and you start rapping about it.
Right.
And about what age was that?
Well, when I heard Captain Rap, Jimmy Spice, I fell in love with his song, Super Rhymes. Super Rhymes first, and then I heard Bad Times by Captain Rap, and then Sugar Hill Gang, and then I learned the Sugar Hill Gang. I learned it, and I learned it and started putting my name in certain parts, like everybody was doing back then. And then from there to maybe like 1983, we was selling candy. And it was a bunch of us, me, Warren G, a bunch of the homies was just selling candy, and we would be just rapping because rap was getting fun and popular. And I would freestyle. I didn't know how to write. Then 1984, got a little bit better. 85, I went to junior high school and hooked up with Domino. Me and Domino became a group. He used to write all of our songs because I didn't know how to write. But when we would battle, I would always be able to save the day because I was great at freestyling. 86, 87, started writing my own stuff. 88, 89, I got all right. About 90, 91, I got real good and started making cassettes. And the cassettes started making money. And you could just feel that it was some sort of something there. Because it was like, you know, DJ Quick was hot, NWA was popping. But I wasn't them. I was just a different version. I just needed to get better. And lo and behold, Dr. Dre heard my tape from Warren G playing it at a party, and the rest is history.
So I want to talk about, because you're renowned for your work ethic. I mean, I think 17 albums over your career so far. And that is a shitload for people out there that don't understand that's a lot, right?
Right.
And people always say, well, because I have this whole discussion about what is hard work. Because if you love what you do, to me, at least I felt this way when I played football and basketball. Like, you didn't have to ask me. I used to spend 4 or 5 hours at the park. I'd go up there by myself because where else would I rather be?
Right.
And so a lot of people say, you got to work hard. And I think, well, shit, you're not going to work hard if you don't love it. Did you feel that way about rapping? Was it some? Do you think you were working hard, or was it just like, hey, where the hell is this is what I wanted to do? You didn't have to make me practice rapping. What's your thought on hard work versus love of what you're doing?
When I first started, I was working hard, but I was hardly working because I was having fun. But it looked like to everybody's eye, he's working hard, but I was like having fun because it was what I love to do. And when you love to do it, you don't look at it as a job. And I always tell people, do not go into a job thinking about money. Because if you go into a job thinking about money, you're not going to get the most out of it. If you go into a job loving it, being passionate about it, you're going to get everything you got coming out of it. But if you go into that job saying, I'm going to make a whole lot of money, this job's going to pay me this, you ain't going to get nothing out of it. You have to love it first. And I felt like I've always loved rap more than I love money. I've always loved rap more than I love fame. I love rap more than I love anything. That's why I built this facility so I could work whenever I want to. And you don't make me, I make it when I want to. When I want to do it, I do it. As opposed to someone telling me, hey, Snoop, I think it's time for you to make a record. I think you should. No, I think I should shoot a TV show, make a record, shoot some baskets, lift some weights, ride a bike, play with my grandkids, all in one day. Because that's how I work.
I hope everybody heard that one because I think that's one of the biggest keys to success. Piggybacking that, do you believe, or what's your thoughts on luck versus fate?
I think you must have a little bit of luck and faith and fate because all of those things come into existence when you're trying to become successful. I think the hard work and the preparation, all is key, but there's got to be a little bit of luck in there. Lucky to be there. Lucky he heard it. Lucky he seen you. Lucky that you caught it. Lucky you were on point. It's a little bit of luck involved, no matter what. And you got to take it and you got to make that luck become a part of the ritual now. The luck that I was struck with in the beginning where Dr. Dre found it and heard it and liked it. Now it's my job to make this luck magic all the time. Like every time I get on the mic, every time you see me, every time you hear about me, like you love being around me, you love my spirit to where, Dr. Dre, you ain't gonna wanna live without me. You're gonna wanna do everything with me until we get you to a place to where you strong enough to give me that energy back, to give me doggy style. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta give a little. You gotta put it out there. And then when you understand that, man, there was a little bit of luck involved. How do I take that luck and make it a part of my everyday thing? Because I was lucky. And I want to make sure I keep that luck, that good luck charm in my system, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So when you're beginning, well, not even beginning, because it started back when you were in 6th grade. It's by the time you get with Dr. Dre and you're on the scene now, did you envision rap music taking it this far?
Never.
Taking it to where it is now?
Never. I envisioned being the dopest rapper in the world. Like, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to be. And to me, Ice Cube was at the time. So I was like, I got to go and be doper than Ice Cube. So all I was concerned with was being a dope rapper like every other rapper in the world at that time. Nobody had the sense of knowing that it could be a real conglomerate, a real entrepreneurial business move that can set the next generation up for the next 100 years. And I believe that people like Suge Knight, Master P, Jay Prince, Luke Skywalker, Russell Simmons, just people that had the fortitude to know that we have to be a label, we have to be a business, we have to brand, we have to sign artists, we have to have television shows, we have to have things that's going to be here after rap to where it expanded rap to a global phenomenon to where there's nothing happening without rap now. I watched the NBA All-Star game and it was a brilliant presentation that Common did bringing out the players. But he was rapping, the introduction. But it was so dope and it was so fly that the NBA understood that your league and rap is like that. They're brothers. If you try to leave us out like the NFL sometimes be forgetting, NFL, y'all be forgetting that y'all connected to us. We are one. And if we stay as one, we'll be one and we can work things out and be a better league, a better community in general for everything during the season and off season. So with that being said, I feel like that rap is invading everything right now. When it took over the NBA All-Star game, that lets you know it's invading.
But you're doing the rap, but like you said, like we're here at this compound right now.
Right.
And by the way, I took a tour around here. This is amazing.
Thank you,
You
Tom.
got everything here. It's like a playground, you don't have to go to Vegas. You don't
See
have
what
to
I'm
go.
saying?
You can
Come
just
back when
here.
you like. We'll leave the light on for you.
But where does that vision come from? Because I think looking at your career, you look at any other rapper out there, no one's done it how you've done it. As far as movies, commercial, you got a cannabis company. It's like you've got all these different, you're like a chameleon. You got all these different things and you keep morphing and transitioning to the next level. How do you do that? Is that a conscious thing? Are you setting goals, or what's your method for creating something like this?
My method is being a great listener. You got to listen sometimes. listen to what they want. We talk so much that we forget to listen. And as I began to listen, I understood what people wanted from me. They wanted they wanted me to be more of a business mind as opposed to a gangster, a thug. They wanted me to be somebody that could actually take control and be an example. So I took my business mind and said, what could I do that's best business for me and my team? Build a compound so my family can see what I do. The initial part was just for them to see how I work. When you're doing what we do, Tone, family don't get to see your work ethic all the time. They just get the results. You know, you in the Super Bowl, you in the big game, but they don't see that you have to go get up at 5 a.m. You have to go do this training and working out, getting your mind right, body right, taking these vegetables, these vitamins, this, that. That's what I did with this building. Showed my family what I was doing. And then through showing my family, a business sense came. Why not create business? And I think as I go, because I'm spontaneous, why not have my own studio? Why am I paying to use somebody else's? Why not build my own soundstage? Why not build my own entertainment system? Why not do it for myself? Instead of asking somebody, do it for yourself. And if you build a brand, people will come. Snoop Dogg is a brand that's been built. So why not convert that into business? Everybody else making money off of me and using my likeness and my spirit and taking my name and just spending it. Why not me and my family do it? Why not me take a little bit of time to listen and learn and see how to put a business plan in effect and execute, bring it to life. And if it fails, I'm the reason. And if it succeeds, I'm the reason.
I want to go back. I love that. I want to go back to the failure part of it, though. So if it does fail, how do you deal with the failures?
If it fails, we try something else. I've been a part of a lot of projects that failed. I've been a part of a lot of things that failed, whether it's a movie project, an album, a TV show, whatever it is. Failure, it's okay. It's cool to fail because it helps you better yourself on what you're not to do, and you'll be better at it because you've seen it before. If I've never made a mistake, I wouldn't know what a mistake was. I wouldn't know what was wrong or what was right. I would think I'm perfect. So for me to have flaws and to be able to fail and to look you in the eye and say, it's okay. I know y'all didn't like that movie. I know y'all didn't fuck with that album. I know y'all didn't really, you know what I'm saying, get down with me like that. But guess what? I'm finna load up again. I'm finna come, bam, Super Bowl, Tostitos commercial. Bam, commercial with the General. Bam, this shit over here. Boom, Martha and Snoop. Boom, Joker's Wild. What's happening? I'm gonna give you so much to where you might not like it, but your mama gonna like it.
so what about that? Because a lot of people would say, man, that scares the shit out of me, though, to know that if I put my heart and soul into something and nobody likes it or it's not well received. Are you afraid sometimes? What do you do because it has to come up or?
Well, Tone, one thing about anybody that's successful, they've dealt with failure more than success. Because you have to fail in order to succeed, in order to become that spirited person that knows how to have that drive. And that's in anything. Before I got put on, I failed many times. I would go into meetings, one meeting in particular. In Hollywood, we had my tape, and one of my homies knew some white people, and we thought he knew what he was talking about. Back then, we didn't really know too many white people, so when somebody from the hood knew somebody white, we thought he was really big. So he's like, I know some white people in Hollywood that want to hear the music. I'm like, all right, cool. So we put on a nice little flower suit or whatever. I put on something that looked professional and go to the meeting, play the cassette. White boy listened to the cassette and he pulled the cassette out and say, it's cool, but you're no DJ Quick. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, wow, that just broke my heart. And it was like, it was heartbreaking, but it was like, you know what? I looked at him, I was like, all right, I'm finna go to the lab. And then I started writing like just super hard gangster shit, like getting real hard, and it started cutting through. It will start like, oh, this the lane. My dope dealing gangbanging lane. I don't need to be rapping about having a car, big old car and a swimming pool in the backyard. You know, I can do things, a whole lot of money. No, I need to rap about what I'm going through, what I've been through, what I'm seeing, and just this gangster life that I'm living. I'm selling dope in the 80s, gang banging. Man, let me rap about that. Let me see what that do.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like that failure gave me my success.
Yeah.
Because without that, if he tells me, man, this is the greatest shit I heard since grass, then I'm not going to change and I'm not going to figure it out. I'm not going to find a way to get it right. Like, my failures make me find a way. When I fail, I got to go find a way. I don't like losing. I hate being in second place. I hate losing. I'm a sore loser. I'll cry when I lose. Like, I'm one of those kind of guys, like, fuck away from me when I lose. Ain't doing no fucking interviews, get out of here. We lost.
Yeah.
Ain't shaking your hand either. Talk to you tomorrow, nigga.
I love that.
I'm just being real.
No, and I think there's I've been doing it. I've been sitting down with people like yourself, the movers and shakers. Mike Tyson was on last week, and it was one thing that I really felt like, hey, we're alike. Like, we're both, and it sounds like you are. You're sensitive too.
Yes.
Like, especially as a kid, I was
Very.
so sensitive. Like, I didn't want to lose. I don't ever want to feel like that
Tony,
again.
let me tell you this, nigga, 1984, fucking Lakers and the 76ers, game 4, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and the Philadelphia 76ers sweep the Los Angeles Lakers. I went in the closet for about 3 hours. I got a homeboy named J-Dog right now. He'll tell you. I was in the closet crying for 3 hours because Moses Malone hit my Lakers 4 games to none. I'm talking about like a crybaby. And it lasted for like weeks. It wasn't over. It was like, you really hurt behind it. I'm like, yeah. I felt like that was me. And I took that with me on the football field. Whenever we lost, coach would always pull me to the side and be like, fix your attitude. Because I'd be one of them niggas be like, one of them dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Throw my helmet down and line up on the 50. I ain't flying. I come through slapping hands with spit on my hand. Like, I was one of them, like, I hate losing.
Yeah.
Then I had to learn how to take my losses. But I love the spirit of that, though. I'm not going to change that. I'm still that way. Like, when I coach to win.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want losing. It's okay to lose, but I'm not coaching you to lose. I'm coaching you to win.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah. So you want it to hurt enough that it pushes you to come back, but not enough to where, at least this is where it's been since I've learned how to deal with it. Because I was that person too. I would walk out, even when I was in the NFL, I didn't want to shake your hand a lot of the times if we lost. I'd be the last one out the locker room because I'd be my head between my legs.
Mad.
Yeah, like just feeling it hurts so bad. A lot of people don't feel that way though. A lot of people can say,
I couldn't have played with them. I don't like guys like that on my team. Even when I'm playing like pickup ball, if your spirit ain't like, get your ass off my team.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here. Get your soft ass out of here. I'm quick to call you soft. Like, I like courageous, and I like people to play hard, to play with the attitude that we want to win. Man, it's only 3-on-3. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 3-on-3. I'm trying to win in everything.
Yeah. And you see that. You see that in Jordan. You see that in Tiger. You see that in Serena.
That's why they are who they are.
That's why they are. Yeah.
Ain't no in-betweens.
Uh-huh. What would you say to, and I guess we can transition a little bit here with children. You coached your kids.
Right.
And now you have grandkids. Can you teach that to tell somebody, hey, it's got to hurt more? I mean, we just lost and you're over here having fun, smiling. Like it's no big deal. And I got 4 kids too.
This
So
era nowadays, you can't teach it. We'll go to jail and get somebody have a lawsuit against us for being abusive with our verbal abuse or something. I don't know, man. It's just different methods that I feel made us who we are, that we want to instill in the next generation. But it's sort of kind of difficult because there's so many ramifications and rules to the system that you don't want to offend nobody. You don't want to make nobody's parent mad. For example, I was watching Marshawn Lynch. He had a camp, and he was talking to the kids like he talked. And one of the kids was running the drill crazy. He's like, get the fuck out of my drill.
Yeah.
The kid mama didn't like that. Wanted to talk to him, and woo. He walked her all the way up to the top of the bleachers like, is there a man with you? Is there a man with you? Because I don't need to be talking to you. I need to be talking to your husband or a man because you wouldn't understand the dynamics of how I talk and why I'm saying what I'm saying. The mother didn't understand it, but he finally got her to understand that first of all, I meant no disrespect. In the football world, it's a lingo that we use out here. And if you're not going to be accepting to it or understand it, maybe you should take your son and get on up out of here, or bring a man with you that can explain to you, no, he's not cussing him out. He's using that language to get his point across, that in football, you have to be aggressive. It's like, you running my drills like this, man, get the fuck out of my line if you ain't gonna run the drill right. Mm-hmm. That's normal talk in football. But to a parent that's never heard that, it sounds like he's telling your son, get the fuck out of my line. He's not saying it like that, but it's like the misinterpretation, what is it called? Lost in translation. Mm-hmm. The way we teach, the way they learn.
Yeah.
You got to find a fine line between how you teach and how they learn.
Uh-huh. And so you have your children, you have your the youth league that you've started, and you've been doing that for a while.
2005 is when we started.
2005, and you've had some very successful people go on.
12 made it to the NFL.
12. With this method of teaching,
with this
what you're
exact
talking about.
Method.
And I bet those guys would say that if I didn't get talked to that way, I don't know if I would be here. Now, you never know, but you don't know.
They all say, for one, I have a coach named Coach K-Mac. He was the bad cop. I'm the good cop. Mm-hmm. I'm the, it's going to be okay.
You are. I've seen the episode. You are the good cop.
He is the, motherfucker, get your bitch ass out my drill. Mother, you sorry ass. You because he don't have no kids. That's the difference, too, as a coach. If you don't have kids, you don't really have a connection. But if you have kids, you have a little more affection. And that's what I had learned, that my coaching style needed me to go delegate and find coaches who could give them what they needed. Because if I'm just going to be this soft, nice coach that's paying for everything, you ain't going to learn nothing. But if I got this mean, tough coach over here and this lineman coach and this receiver coach, and now we all working together to coach you as one, now you looking at Coach Snoop as a great coach because he put a great staff around him to coach me. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of great staff, Shantae, your wife.
Yes.
Who's the good cop, bad cop there in that dynamic when you were raising your children?
With the kids, she the bad cop. Because I've always been the money. I ain't been there. When I show up, I'm giving gifts. I didn't check to see what kind of week they had. I just come home with gifts. He done messed up in school. He been talking back, but here I come with a bunch of gifts after their own punishment. So we had to get some communication going to where it's got to be one page. That's why this building is called Boss Lady Entertainment, to where she runs everything. She's the, wears the pants in the house. Like I had to really fight myself and say, well, you know what? This will be better for us if I step back and allow my wife to be the head of the house, as opposed to me trying to be the breadwinner, the head of the house, the regulator, you know what? I'm great at what I do, and you great at what you do. Let me let you be great at that, and let me compliment you and get your back like a husband is supposed to, and support all the things that you say, and take a step back and swallow my pride and do it a different way than I was taught, but do it the way it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm.
You guys been married over 20 years now, right?
24.
24. That's a long time in this business too. What is your secret? Or is there? Is it a secret?
I think the secret is just, you got to love the one that you love. Like, she loved me no matter what, and I love her no matter what. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's, at the end of the day, that's what matters. Like, I think our love is based off of where it started, not where it's at. Mm-hmm. And anytime you're in a relationship, sometimes you go through a journey and you start looking at where it's at and what went wrong. You got to go back to where it started. What made me fall in love with you? What made me want to come get you and make you my girlfriend and say, I don't want to be with no other bitches. I want to be with you. What made me want to take my hand and say, put a ring on this motherfucker right here. Take me out the game.
I love it. So with your children, you and Shantae, your children are gone. You're empty nesters now, right? I'm sure you got grandkids now.
Yeah, but that's when you got grandkids, your kids ain't gone because they come over and act like they coming to see you, then all of a sudden it's just the grandkids here. Like, what the hell is going on? You know that trick, the old drop off? I do the same thing to
my mom.
Yeah, the old drop off. You know what? You done it many times. Hey, mom, how you doing? Hey, I've been... Tony!
With growing up, with raising your children, mentorship to your children now, all these lessons that you have learned, But there's also a fine line between friendship and mentorship.
Right.
And now I would think, I haven't, just turned 19, my oldest. And I can see we're moving into that friendship stage.
Which is cool.
I'll always be his dad.
That's cool, but let me tell you this. Got a little bit more experience than you on this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
We always want to be friends with them. But to be the dad is the ultimate. But sometimes to be the friend is what they really want. And we have to understand that. I don't want you to be my dad right now. I just want you to be my friend. Don't scold me. I know I'm wrong. Help me. Help me get right. And as a dad, we always want to, nigga, I did it this way now. If you would have. But I learned as a dad to be, okay, so what you want to do? Go ahead. I'll be here when you mess up. I'll be right here waiting on you. Mama been trying to tell you. You don't listen to her. And she always say, the only person he listened to is you. And he listened to me when he want to. He listened to me when I'm his friend. When I'm his dad, he don't listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to balance that out to be like, all right. Because you see their body language when you're talking to him as a dad.
Yeah.
When you're talking to him as a friend.
Yeah.
They engaging.
Uh-huh.
And we know that. We the psychologists, we the dad, we been here longer. Like you've been on the earth 20 years before he got here. Don't let him outslick you. You got to be able to outsharp him by being able to take myself out of the equation right now and just be his friend.
Yeah.
He just need a friend. That's all. He just need a friend. He don't need me to be his daddy right now because his mama done already went on, just chopped his head off. Now, if I come in there and chop it off, it's like he's not going to be there for me when I need him now.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need him too. Like, my boys, like, I need them more than they need me, and they don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
I go to them for all kind of shit. I look at them, I ask them, I follow them on Instagram, see what their spirits is, what they moving on, and all of that. I get energy from them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, when I came to the compound today, I was walking through the hallways, and I saw Lil Half Dead. And I never knew how he looked.
You just heard about it.
I had his album when I was a kid. And you were talking about dads and talking about all these people that you've grown up in, you know, because this is interesting about friendship.
Right.
You have friends that you grew up with are still around after all these years, which, believe it or not, to people out there, that's kind of a rare thing, especially in this line of work, to keep the friends that were real close to you when you were a child. What's your feeling about that with friendship?
Well, my real friends are who they are. Like, they who they been. Like, I don't bring people around as just to hang on. Like, my wife would tell you, like, I got about 11 friends that are my real diehard friends, but I got about 1 million friends. Listen to what I just told you. I got 11 friends that are my diehards that come here, we play video games. When they leave, they vacuum. They know my wife. Before she had long hair, they know me. When I didn't have no money, they knew our struggles. They come here, they don't ask for nothing. They got regular jobs, they go back home. And they don't want to, dog, let me work for you. Let me come hang out with you. They're not those kind of guys. So the respect level of friendship, like, they're my friends. Like, I only have friends. I don't have people that hang on. It used to be a time where I had that when I was young and just had 1 million people hanging out with me, and I don't even know his name, but he waking up on my couch every morning. Who is that? And these people over here, and it's like, it got to be a headache to where it's like, let me make my home, a house. Let me separate my business from my friendship, and let me pick and choose who I really want to be a part of this journey that I'm going on, because this is a journey that I can't have no hate, no jealousy, no envy. It's got to be pure love, because everything I do, I keep my family around. And if you hating on me and I bring you around me, you're going to be in the presence of my family. And I don't like that energy around my family at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of friendship too, when somebody passes away, and you've dealt with this up close and personal, I don't know how well you knew Kobe. How do you get through that? How do you? I mean, I had one of my real close personal friends I played football with out in Kansas City. He died a couple years ago. And that was tough. Like, I was down and out. Like, how do you deal with loss?
You know what, Tone? Like, at a certain point in my life, I started to realize that God really be using me through these deaths. because it was so many impactful people that died that impacted the world that I was close with. Whether it was Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Nipsey Hussle, Kobe Bryant. These are people that I had real relationships with, that I was friends with. And when they leave or when they left, their impression was bigger to the world, but it was bigger to me because the moments that we shared and the conversations that we had and the visions that they had for me. Not being selfish, but just knowing that that's a sign. Anytime someone gives you a message and passes on, that message is for you to make it come to life. So I feel like me dealing with loss, especially when it's somebody close to me, I look at those treasured moments that we had where we gave each other something that could be spent off into, that's what you was talking about. Like Nipsey was telling me to build a doggy land and build all this types of stuff. I ended up getting me a clothing store right across the street from the stadium based off of him talking to me now. And I have an electronic gaming cafe right next door to it. So this is things that me and him talked about that spiraled me into that. The last time Kobe Bryant was here, we was on the same basketball court you was on. He was talking to me about different things, basketball, but life. It was like we were using basketball, but life was the main, conversation. So I just feel like anytime someone passes away that is close to me or I have a relationship with them, I look at the signs of what was our last conversation? What was our energy like the last time we talked? What was said that is impactful now that they're gone and can't assist me or continue to tell me what I'm doing? What do I need to do to continue that message that I got from this particular person that moved on and transitioned?
I love it. No more deep questions.
You know me, Tone. We go deep, shallow. And by the way, you good as a motherfucker at this shit, dog, on some real shit. I like to see when my NFL players make that transition to doing other things after football and become successful at it and be good at it and find things that are natural. Like this is you naturally controlling the conversation, being insightful, knowing who you interviewing, knowing how to ask the questions, knowing how to be respectful. And that's one thing that a lot of journalists and motherfuckers don't have. They don't have that respect. And you coming from the football world and coming from the life that you come from, now jumping into the podcast world, I commend you for that. Make sure you keep that level of integrity and respect, because them cards sometimes be full of shit. Mm-hmm. And you got to be smart enough to know that I don't want to fuck mine up with this. Let me dance around that. Let me ask them something that's more relevant to the listeners. Yeah. To the listeners, to the people that's listening to me and you, seeing this brotherhood, and they going to learn something from that. That the most important thing today is that Tony and Snoop got a brotherhood of many years and they there for each other, regardless if they get anything that we said message-wise.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I appreciate that too. So all this stuff, the entrepreneurship, how do you, because I'm a big believer in this, how do you quiet your mind? Where's your place that you go to get a little stillness? It's in all the religions. That's like the main ingredient is to quiet your mind. Whether do you meditate or do you take walks, or where's that place where you can just say, you know what, I'm going to cut all the noise out and I'm going to go in.
I'm going to show you. I got a little penitentiary hideaway room that I built. It's a trap door. I'm going to let you see it. But that's where I go. It's like I'm in the pen. I'm in a jail cell. Like, that's the size of it, the width of it, and the way I designed it. Got my TV, my snacks, clothes, got my knife over here. You know, all my...
Just in case
a motherfucker come up. God damn it, Tony, I got to keep my mind right. This humbles me to put me back down to day one. Uh-huh. Another thing I want to speak on that's so relevant to this, Dougie Fresh. Me and Dougie Fresh been friends for many years. Since I came in the game, he's been like a good mentor of mine. So we talking one night, and my wife is there, my son is there, Dougie's there, his son is there, and we just chopping it up, and all of a sudden we like, man, I can't wait to get home. And Dougie like, I can't wait to get home either. I'm like, shit. And then somebody was like, why, y'all finna get in the bed? I'm like, no, I don't sleep in the bed, I sleep on the floor. And Dougie was like, shit, I sleep on the floor too. I've been sleeping on the floor since 19 something. And I'm like, man, for real? He like, why you sleep on the floor? I said, I sleep on the floor because whenever I fall, I don't want it to be a hard fall. So when I fall from success, it's going to be a small little, just get on back up like that again. Because if I sleep in the bed, I get too relaxed and thinking I got it and I made it. But if I'm on the floor, I start thinking about those times when I didn't have it. And I didn't have nothing to eat and I didn't have nothing to wear. And I don't have no windows in that room. So that means I got to be on work mode at all time. It's never, oh, it's too late, it's too early. When I get up, I don't be knowing what time it is. I come out, 3 a.m, everybody in there sleep and I'm wide awake. Because that's why I built that room, because that room has a floor and a bed next to it, but usually the bed be having so much stuff on it. I just sleep on the floor right in front of the heater, and it gives me my calm. You don't have no money. You don't have no success. You don't have no fame. Just a regular guy that's sleeping on a regular floor. Now get your ass up and go get something. Because you know you don't like being regular. Get up.
Well, I love that. Are you a spiritual guy?
Yeah.
You pray?
I pray often. Often. And I pray to the love God. I don't know which one it is, but I just pray for love because there's been so many religions put out there and so many different beliefs, and I don't want to lead nobody the wrong way or say the wrong thing. So I always believe that the best religion is love. Mm-hmm. And if you're praying for love and you're praying for love to be given to you and everybody around you, I think that's the best prayer that you can give.
Mm. I hope people don't miss that, all the hustle, but you still find a way to quiet your mind and to get back to that love, because that's where that inspiration comes from. And that's where that hunger comes from.
You have to find time to get away from everything, because you get engulfed with all of the success and the things you have to do and the pressures of being successful and everybody expecting so much from you. You have to take care of your brain and your body and your spirit. That's first and foremost. You only have one temple, and you must take care of it, and you must listen when it talks to you. And sometimes that's why I say it's best to listen. And when you take time to fall away and to get away and to zone out to yourself, you're listening. Sometimes I just put on a TV station that plays like massage music, like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like you hear the wind or the waterfall, or just soft, subtle sounds that you could just relax and just be like, I don't want to hear no rap music. I don't want to hear nobody screaming or hollering. I just want to just... And then by the time you come out that room, you're just so tuned in and so ready for whatever.
Yeah. Tuned in, tapped in, turned on.
Hello. 3 T's.
Projects. Next, what's going on with you right now? I know you mentioned a little bit, you got the clothing store.
Yes, Snoopy's
clothing store. Constance, man, she wanted me to mention the General car insurance company.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time. I'm such a fan of the General.
You wrote a new jingle for that?
Yeah, man, because one thing about me, Tone, what people don't know is that if I'm a fan of something, I go seek and destroy. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been a fan of the General. Like, I love his commercials and I love how he get down. I couldn't get to him, so I called Shaq. Shaq, you did 14 commercials with the General. Cut me in or cut it out. And Shaq hit me back on FaceTime with the head person over there at General. I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about, a real brotherhood. Don't mind sharing the wealth. Passed it off to me, no look past, let me get mine on. Like, that's brotherhood. Shout out to Shaquille O'Neal for making that happen. And then Constance came in and, worked her smack magic to get the deal. And the numbers. Mm-hmm. Big numbers. Big numbers. Oh, she's great at that. Constance Schwartz is great. I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, if y'all done met Constance when she first got with me, she wasn't a square, but the stuff that I had around her was so gangster and so like, this is when I was into it with Suge Knight, and I had like the most worst gang members in the world around me. Mm-hmm. And she survived it. And then when she got to the top of the hill, she looked at me. She was like, you know what? I'm going to go on and walk it out because this is a little bit too much. And she walked it out. And I think that made our relationship that much more better, because sometimes you could stay in a relationship too long and then it goes bad, and then you got to be professional enough to know that this ain't working. Let's keep our friendship.
Yeah.
And we kept our friendship, and then Wiz came along, which is my little understudy, and ends up on her lap. And it's a beautiful thing. And then at the same time, I ended up coming back to her because I love her, and I love her dog attitude. She's just a fucking dog at going to get it done. And it's like, being in the industry, I'm like, I'd be better off calling Constance. I wish I had Constance. You know what? What's happening, Con? What up? What you doing? Nothing? Ooh, nothing? All right, let's get it done. Boom. And we make it happen.
Yeah.
Like a real go-getter. And I'm so happy for the team, the Smack team. When I see y'all on the NFL doing that shit, I'm like, I know the magic going on right there when I see Menifee, Strahan, you. I'm looking at this shit like, oh man, this is masterful. This is masterful. I want to be able to work my magic like that. Like that's magic.
You just mentioned something. I'm going to backtrack just a little bit before we get into the final questions. You were working with Con, and you said you guys realized that, hey, maybe we should go a certain way. And I don't even want to know the reasons for that. I'm more interested, how do you deal with when things go wrong with somebody that you're close to? Or how do you deal with forgiveness, I guess?
Well, I think being real is the best thing that you can do. And that word is being overused, but let me give you an example. Like, one thing about me and Constance being real is knowing that we're better for each other being away from each other, meaning that she can do more for me being away from me at that time when she stepped away. And I needed to learn how to be a better person. I needed to learn how to be a better leader, to be a better mentor. She helped me start the Snoop Youth Football League. So when she gave me that platform and showed me how to structure that was what I needed from her. Because that helped me become a man on my own. A woman can't teach a man how to be a man. Mama, you did a great job, but you can't teach me how to be a man. All the women mentored me, y'all did a great job, but y'all can't teach me how to be a man. That's something you got to do on your own. And I felt like that breakaway allowed me the time to become a man, to become a football coach, a father, a husband, a better person, and not depend on her or depend on people, but depend on me. And that was the beauty of it all, that we were able to be smart enough to know that I'm going to have a job tomorrow whether I'm with you or not, and I'm going to have a job tomorrow or not whether I'm with you or not. But when I get my next job, if something comes my way that requires your attention, I'm going to mention you. Because I think we good together, we're just not good all the time.
Yeah. So, but piggybacking that too, like over the years, a big thing in rap is the beef or whatever. And when you have problems, East Coast, West Coast or whatever, and then you see a couple years later, you're probably hugging them, right?
Right.
How do you have forgiveness and not hold a grudge?
Well, I become the peacekeeper to all of these rivalries and beefs for the past 10, 15 years. And what I do is I try to show them the end result. Where do you want to be when this rap thing is all done? Do you want to be a legend? Do you want to be a regular player? Or do you want to be a has-been? And that's what anything you do. And most of the time, they'll answer, I want to be a legend. Well, you're not doing legendary shit right now. This is definitely affecting your legacy. You need to pull back and watch and study what legends in your field have done to get where they are. Like, there's nothing wrong with studying, being a student. And that's in every field. The best rapper in the world is the ones who study. It's not an accident that the Baby and Roddy Ricch are at the top of the rap game right now. They studied their forefathers. They know everybody that was great before them. Period. Megan Thee Stallion. Ain't no accident she number one. She studied all the great ones before her. Like, we must study in order to be great. You can't just, ain't no overnight success. You're not just gonna fall into it. Because guess what's gonna happen tomorrow? It's gonna be a new overnight success. So you might wanna really hone your craft and study and see what the great ones did, so you could take a page out of their book and implement it in yours and become the new greatness. Like, I had a 3-hour conversation with James Brown one time, and we sat at a park table like this right across from each other. And the things that me and James Brown said are actually happening right now in my life. And this was about 11 years ago. And when he was saying it, we was all just happy to be around James Brown. We really couldn't understand some of the stuff he was saying, but it's like, nigga, this James Brown, nigga. And I said, James, if you could tell me one thing, what would you say to me, James? Snoopy, if I could tell you one thing, I would tell you to never, ever cut your hair, because your hair is your strength. I'm like, for real? Look at my hair game now.
Mm-hmm.
All the way down my back like a white woman in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
I don't know what that advice means, but
No, I'm just saying, me neither, but I guess it goes to Samson or whoever it was with the long hair and his hair was his strength. And he was just saying so much. Like I said, Tone, I didn't get it all. I just was happy to be getting it. You know what I'm saying? When you with your grace, like imagine you being with the whoever the greatest football player that you ever dreamed of, and he's sitting in front of you telling you, Tony, man, the way you do your thing and telling you about stuff that you like, man, you been watching me like that?
Yeah.
He was telling me about my movie Bones and how he loved Bones and my character reminded him of him, and like it was just crazy to me that he was into me like that. Like James Brown wanted to come do an interview with me for 3 hours.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. And I think maybe that means authentic.
Right.
Like you stay true. And you said that before about when you were rapping and the guy with the tape just didn't like it.
Right.
But and then you went back and said, okay, well, I'm gonna write exactly. I'm going hard. I'm just gonna be as true and as authentic as I can. And that's when boom, it went off. And a lot of people are afraid to be authentic.
Right, because we want to do what everybody else is doing. We want to do the cool thing, the end thing. What's the end thing right now? A face tattoo. Are you serious? So you mean to tell me, and hey, some of them look cute. Some of them look cute. I'm speaking on the women now. The men now, you just got to deal with that at 70 years old explaining to your grandson why you got all this bullshit on your face. But a woman, now you done found God and you're 37 years old and you're coming down the church aisle to get married and they got that thing on your face, and when your husband lifts it up, there's an ice cream over here, there's a tennis shoe over here, there's a stick over here, and there's a leaf over here. He may say, I don't.
All right, 5 questions. Sleep. You sleep a lot. I'm a big believer in sleep. I always tell people out there, it's probably not everybody needs it too. And I'm finding people like yourself, they don't sleep that much.
I was just about to ask Jasmine and Kevin and Tasha, do I sleep?
Not at all. Cat naps.
That's what I felt. That question had to be answered by my team because I was gonna lie and be like, "Oh, Tony, I get the best sleep ever. My Tempur-Pedic bed, it's amazing."
I need to dive more into this because I'm a big believer in sleep. It's my thing. But the science behind it, people are like, evolution doesn't get it wrong. Everything has changed, but over the years, we still need, between 7 and 9 hours of sleep a night. And I'm like, most of the movers and shakers that I talk to, they don't sleep that much. Now, everybody out there, don't take that just because Snoop's doing it. Or anybody else, but let me say works for you.
So they can understand. I do it like that, but when I do sleep, it'll probably be 20-some hours. So it's like when I do go to sleep, I go to sleep like a hiatus, like a bear, like hibernate. Like I got all my snacks in my little cell. My Netflix show is on. My heater is on. Xbox. All 4 of my telephones. Now leave me alone.
All right. Final questions. What's your favorite rap album of all time? Besides your own.
My own ain't my favorite. My favorite rap album of all time, Slick Rick, Children's Story, man. The Great Adventures of Slick Rick.
Classic. What are 3 things you would bring on a desert island?
3 things I would bring on a desert island?
Not people. Oh,
first of all, I got to bring this shit here, man. The sticky, icky.
Right there.
That's that do it fluid, the one that's already rolled up, because I ain't gonna have time to be rolling because it may be wildlife and shit, all kind of. You said a desert?
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be cactuses and scorpions and all that kind of shit. So I ain't got time to roll. I got to be able to just pull it out and sit back and enjoy it. And then I definitely would bring some music. Gotta have some music.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably gonna bring Dash Radio, Cadillac Music, my own application with my own radio station so I can listen to some good shit while I'm out there. And then third, I'm gonna bring my wife because I'm gonna want to get some man, once in a
while. Last meal. Yeah, I'm huge. I'm big on food. If you could have your favorite dish, your dying meal, last meal.
Last meal would be fried chicken wings, macaroni and cheese, lobster thermidor with cornbread, and some fruit punch with chopped up ice cubes with some vanilla ice cream and chocolate cake on the side. On a bitch.
That's the best answer I've ever heard. Lobster Thermidor, what the hell is that?
You never had that?
What is that?
Somebody get in my cookbook so he can
Lobster
have his lovely, make him some of that this evening. It's lobster, but they put some cream in it and break up like some, oh my God, first time I had it was in Australia. It is the best shit ever. They brought in a fucking lobster about this big and set that motherfucker on the table and everybody just started taking their spoon and eating out the motherfucker. It was the greatest shit ever, Tony. I swear to God. Lobster Thermidor, y'all make sure y'all get him some of that.
Yeah. I can't believe I've never heard of this. I can't.
See, you can learn something new fucking with Snoop Dogg, man.
All right. How do you want to be remembered? What's your legacy?
How do I want to be remembered? I just want to be remembered. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That means it all. Like if they remember you, that means it all. It's not no certain way. I just want to be remembered. I just want people to be like, man, y'all remember Snoop Dogg? Yeah, man, that motherfucker was, what he used to do? Did he used to fly jets? No, I think he was a rapper. No, he wasn't. He was a hairstylist. That motherfucker was a gymnast. Man, I remember. I just want that conversation. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. You work out every day?
I used to.
But you work out. You're in good shape.
I'm in great shape, but when I was working out, I was working with Glaze and them motherfuckers over there, they had me eating 3 meals a day and drinking that bullshit
protein shake?
Yeah, man. Like if this is part of getting buff, I don't know if I want to get buff. Then it got good to me because I told the lady, I said, hold on, you got to take that banana out, put some of this in there and mix it. Okay, mine is purple like Grimace. Then it got good to me. Got real good. I picked up about 15 pounds, started wearing tight shirts, rapped on stage with my shirt off. I was just showing out. Every gig I was getting, I was like, yes, give me a medium. Yes, can it be a little bit smaller? Yes, medium. Yeah, that one right there.
If you could relive one moment in your life, what would it be?
If I could relive one moment in my life, what would it be?
Not birth of your children or your wedding or anything like that.
Yeah, that's basic shit, right? Yeah. You don't want to hear that soft ass shit.
Yeah. You ever have that perfect night in Vegas or Miami or? I'm just thinking.
Damn. Man, I had a lot of nights to remember. Get ready tonight. I'm gonna say whose party was it? It was somebody's fucking party. It was either Jamie Foxx or Tyrese's birthday party. It was Tyrese's birthday party. And I had so much fun, I fell out. Like I literally fell out. Niggas had to take me to the senior side and I hooked the nigga up. Get a nigga back to life again. It was one of them nights when nigga was like,
oh, sounds like a
they was rubbing my head all soft and talking slow. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. It was one of them nights.
At that dinner, you can invite 3 people for the lobster thermidor and the cornbread and the fried chicken and the
For my last meal?
Who you can invite 3 people, living or dead.
Oh. Wow. I'm going to invite Marvin Gaye. I'm going to invite Muhammad Ali. And I'm going to invite my mama.
That sounds like a good night.
Yeah. Good
All right,
night.
last question. What's one area of your life that you'd like to improve in, that you're wide open to learning more about?
Mental health. My mental health. Because I believe that mental health is a topic that's being discussed daily, and we don't never look into it until after the fact. And I really would like to look into mine because I feel like it's genetics, it's hereditary, that sometimes it goes wrong. Like even with diabetics and all that type of stuff, I think that the mental side is also genetics. My father was in Vietnam in 68, 69, shot a couple times, Ancient Orange. I was born in 71, so I feel like maybe. And it don't hurt to want to know, to better myself. And I think that will help me use more self-control when I'm angry or I outburst, or just be better at dealing with things in general. So mental health.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you for having me, and thank you for leaving the door open all night. And I want to tell everybody, I want to apologize because once upon a time we were playing in a basketball game and I accidentally hit Tony and broke his nose, and I was scared to shoot after that because I thought he was going to beat me up. Because this one I weighed
True
about
story.
115 pounds.
We were going for a rebound, and you jumped up, and I didn't jump for whatever reason, and you came down with that hip, that little bone hip,
Yeah, see?
and hit me right in my nose.
I told you I only weighed about 115. His nose broke, and I was so scared. I'm like, all the gangster in me just flew out the window like, that's a football player. He can beat my ass right now.
Shit.
He took it like a G, though.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Took it like a Tony G.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, make sure you tune in so you can get the whole thing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm here, man. Mama, I made it. My TV, music, cosmetics, knife. You understand me?
Yeah, I love it.
And I sleep right on the floor.
So you don't, what is this?
It's a bed.
It's a bed, but you don't sleep on the bed.
I use this to put my shit on. I sleep right on the floor, watch that monitor, or either watch TV, let the TV be the music. I'm on some shit in here, so I'm just saying, like, it takes you back to being in high school or something to that effect, right?
Yeah.
I got my own apartment.
Yeah.
Look, Mom, but it's all squeezed in one motherfucking room. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of vibe.
You know what? You got this big old compound. I'm sure your house is huge,
Right.
but this is where you feel most creative, most home, most.
This is home.
I love
This
it.
is home.